Hello YouTube, and I'm bringing you today here at Team Neo Karibo my Herald of Perfection deck profile that I took to a Colorado Springs regional, and I took 4th place. And I'll link you the on-scene deck profile that Asian Persuasion did of me in the description below. But this is the deck profile with a couple of changes that I've made since then, improving the deck and such vice versa. And so let's get right onto the deck profile. And first off, I'm going to say that this deck is absolutely stupid. It's ridiculous. I'm playing 3 Herald Perfection. This is your main dude. He says you can ditch a fairy from your hand to negate a spell, a trap, or a monster's effect, and you destroy it. Now this in itself is really nice, but with all the new cards that came out, this deck has consistency times 10. Next, we're running 3 Cyber Angel Ben 10. Now, this card is what makes some of it consistent. So, to ritual summon 6, they're both 6. That alone is just nice because you just need him for summon of him. And this says when you tribute summon, or when you tribute it, you can add 1 light fairy from your deck to your hand. That means you can search Honest, you can search your Star Seraphs, you can search your Arc Lord Christia. That is stupid. Next, we're running 2 Saphira. Now, this card is really nice and helps with the consistency. It's a dragon, so it's the only non-fairy in the deck. It says when it's ritual summoned, or when you ditch a light monster from my hand or the deck to the graveyard, you can activate 1 of 3 effects. Draw 2 cards and discard a card. Discard 1 random card from your opponent's hand, or add a light monster from your graveyard back to your hand. He makes your consistency really nice. Or she. That would be a she. That's it for your ritual monsters. Next, you're running 3 Manju because it's mandatory in a ritual deck. And he adds ritual monster or spell. Now, we're running the Star Seraph engine. This dude is really nice. The fact that you can search them is stupid. This guy, when he's normal summon, you can add a Star Seraph, you add Chair, and if you have Chair in hand, then you can summon it to draw a card, and then when this adds, you can summon the second Chair, draw it, and go for a 3 overlay. You draw 2 cards, and then when this guy's overlaid, the overlay can destroy a card, and if you draw a card. So you can draw up to 3 cards if you have more than 4, but 3 cards is the normal with this combo, and it's ridiculous. You draw 3 cards that you can use to negate stuff with. The fact that you can search them, like I open up a Scepter, before you could search it, you're like, oh, okay, then I might draw into it and have a good combo later, or I might have to use it. No, now I can be like, okay, I'll just do my play, search it out, and then do my Star Seraph wombo. Next, I'm running 2 Honest because it's a light deck, and things like trains would be a problem if I didn't have this dude. Next is Arc Lord Christia. This is really nice because it says if you have 4 fairies in your graveyard, which is really easy to control with Saphira and all the other stuff we have, you can special summon it for free and then add 1 fairy from your graveyard to your hand. Again, adding a negate, but it's basically a walking, talking, attacking Vanity's Emptiness. And in this format, if you drop Vanity's Emptiness, you win, pretty much. If you've got, especially if I've got Herald of Perfection and Arc Lord Christia, I win the duel. They scoop. Or Herald of Perfection in Vanity's Emptiness. They're done. They can't do anything. They're all upset about it. And so, now that that's the monster lineup, Moving on to the spells. 3 of your field spell, Ritual Sanctuary. This card is just, it's nice. It's really good. You can ditch a spell from your hand and search a ritual monster or ritual spell. Now, if that wasn't enough, you can cycle any number of spells from your graveyard and then target a monster in your graveyard, equal number of your spells cycled, and special summon it. So, for example, Star Seraph Scepter, you can cycle 4 spells and then special summon it. It recycles your spells and gives you a special summon, which is really nice. Next is 3 pre-prep. They limited preparation rights, which sucks, but they gave us this. This is actually, in my opinion, better than preparation rights for certain decks. What this does is you can add a ritual spell from your deck to their hand, and then add the ritual monster from your deck or your graveyard to your hand whose name is on that ritual spell. Now, this wouldn't have worked in Necros because it's a generic ritual spell for everyone. But Dawn of the Herald says Herald of Perfection. So you can add Dawn of the Herald and then add Herald of Perfection. It's a little too good, and I'm hoping this deck is not hit because it's one of my favorite decks right now, besides Madolche. You're running 3 of the Dawn of the Herald, which summons your Herald of Perfection. This card is super nice, and it makes it so stupid because you can use this to use Ben 10 to ritual summon Herald of Perfection. Then this says you can banish this from your graveyard and then add one of the materials used. You can add Ben 10 back to your hand for reuse to either discard and negate or for Saphira. And that's where it gets kind of crazy, because if I've got Dawn of the Herald, Saphira, Herald of Perfection, and Hymn of Light in my hand, I can do Dawn of the Herald, send Ben 10, summon Herald of Perfection, banish to add Ben 10 back, use this to send Ben 10, and then summon Saphira. Now both Ben 10 searches, because Ben 10 is not once per turn, which is awesome. Both Ben 10 searches, I have Scepter and Sovereignty now. And then I'll normal, special, and then draw. I'll have like 5 cards at the end of all of this, plus an Ouroboros, a Saphira, and a Herald of Perfection. You're running 2 Hymn of Lights because you're running 2 Saphira. It's pointless to run 3. This card's nice because you can banish it from the graveyard to protect one of your ritual monsters from battle or card effect destruction once per turn, or once in that turn. You're using 2 terraformings. Now, I'm not doing the Angel Machine ritual because Ben 10's purely there for consistency. You want to summon Herald of Perfection, that's it. I'm running 2 terraforming because you want to see your field spell. 1 Raigeki because, well, you can cycle it with your field spell, and it's nice to just have a board wipe. Prep, because Prep can add your Cyber Angel Ben 10, and pre-prep can't. And then 1 Upstart Goblin. This is because it's a 39 card deck, and you can also cycle this. That's it for your spells. Next, you're running 1 Solemn Warning, 2 Solemn Scoldings, and a Vanity's Emptiness. This is, I'm running 3 Solemns, and I'm not running 3 Strike as well. I'd be running 3 Strike, 2 Scolding, a Solemn Warning, and a Vanity's Emptiness. I had 3 Strike. I have no Strike. I know. I had one and I traded away. At the time it was $20, and then it jumped up to 35. But Solemn Scolding, because you run nearly no traps, is still just about as good as Solemn Strike. In fact, it's kind of better in my opinion, because this one can negate spell, trap, or monster, or effect. This one's Judgment pretty much. And it's kind of nice. And Vanity's Emptiness, again, if you make a board, you win the duel. Now we're moving on into my extra deck, which is an Ouroboros. So what a fun thing to do is summon him, detach, ditch a card from your opponent's hand, use Saphira to ditch a card from their hand. They start the duel with 4 cards. It's almost as bad as the 3 Omega loop, where you go boom, 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 hit cards out of your hand. What do you do then? So it's really nice to lower your opponent's consistency and lower the amount of stuff that you have to negate. Running 1 Del Toros. This is for later game if I want to use Scepter to pop and then him to pop, just to kind of board clear. He takes 3 and he takes 3. You're running an Omega. During regionals, I never went into him. I went into these 2 the most. Gaia Charger, he was there for this dude, but never went into him. Cowboy, I went into him once. Dark Rebellion, he's there. Fairy Cheer Girl, I went into this the 3rd most. It's a nice draw card. Castell, back to deck. Utopia Beyond, he was there, but again, you want to keep your Herald Profession on the field. Ragna Zero, Abyss Dweller, and Digesto Emerald. Now, that's a deck profile for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. And again, we are a small channel and we just started. I would appreciate the support if you guys would drop a like. I want 20 likes on this video if you want to see a duel with this deck. And I want suggestions in the comments for what you want to see next, what you want to see from our channel. And also, hit the subscribe button. It doesn't hurt you, and plus it notifies you of our upcoming content. And thanks for watching. This is Team Neo Karibo.